Hello, how are you all doing? Thank you for tuning into this video. Thank you for checking out this channel. I'm Dee, and I'm going to get straight to it. This video is going to give you 12 lock tips. So if you want to hear my 12 lock tips, stay tuned. That's my intro. So anyways, I got my 12 tips written down in this book. And yeah, first let me tell you all, I am not a loctician, okay? I don't do lots of locks on a daily basis. I am 2.5 years in, I'd say, with locks. This is my first set of locks. Well, technically, first set, because I tried 3 different techniques to make these stay. So, this is my first set of locks. I've never had locks before, and I'm not a loctician. I am, however, a licensed cosmetologist, so I do know a little bit about hair and how to keep the hair healthy. So anything that I speak of is going to be from my knowledge on how hair works. But so I don't know everything about locks, so I'm just going to give it to you all from my perspective, based off of my journey and the few people whose hair I have helped to maintain with locks. So, with that being said, I wanted to say something else, but I don't remember that right now. It'll come back to me. But anyways, with that being said, I'm gonna get straight into these tips. So, as I said, I've been locked for about 2.5 years. Maybe not 2.5 years, close to that. But let me give you guys a quick look at my hair before I get into my tips. See what my hair look like. Oh, let me show you guys. Y'all see this right here? I have a spot underneath here, right here. Y'all see that? Y'all can see that. Hold on, let me turn around so y'all can see this. Let me move my stool. I'm just trying to give y'all a look. So they look like look underneath here. Right here, you guys. I'm showing y'all. Y'all see that? It's the weakest spot on my head, and it was this little lock. And I was surprised it even survived that long. But that's where that's from. So I interlock my hair to maintain it. So these are basically interlocks, and I use this tool. But before I get into the tips, let me just give you a see how my hair is looking. Okay. Alright. So anyways, y'all can kind of see. Just giving y'all a view. Alright, so that's done. So I gave you a quick look on what my hair looks like. With my 12 tips. So I started these with braid locks. By braiding, because that's the only way my hair would stay. My hair is kind of soft, and I maintain them with interlocking. So basically, they're braid locks and interlocks. It's like a mix, honestly, because it's 2 different techniques that I have done on my hair to get to this state of my hair right now. But we'll get into that because that's going to be one of my tips. Okay, I'm just going to put these up here real quick so I can read from them. Anyways, my first lock tip is going to be decide which method will work best for you when doing your hair. And you are going to be considering the type of hair you have, the density, meaning basically density is how many strands of hair you have per square inch on your hair. So you have some people who have a thick density, which means obviously they have a lot of hair. Those are the people who you can you have to dig in to see their scalp sometimes. And then you have the people that have a medium density, and then there's people who have a very like low density, which means you can see their scalp, a lot of their scalp. I'm like in between medium and low density, I'd say, because my hair is not that thick. But anyways, so when you are deciding what method and what size is going to work best for your hair, those are the first two things you want to consider if you're going to get locks. So let me tell y'all where I fucked up at, and excuse my French. Okay, let me get comfortable now, because I'm feeling like I'm moving kind of scripted, and I can't move like that. So let me just keep these lock tips down here, because I'm gonna be using my hands so I can remember them. But as I was saying, where I fucked up at with these locks is that, and I love my hair, first and foremost, I love them, but I didn't consider the fact that my hair has different densities depending on where my head, where it is on my head. Back of my hair is thicker. The front of my hair, especially my hairline, it's thinner. So when I created these locks, I kind of made every braid the same size because I wanted them to be uniform, but I wasn't thinking about the fact that your hair has different densities. So when they start to bud and go through their stages, you're going to have some that are thicker and some are smaller. They're not actually too, but let me try to find one so I can show y'all, tell y'all what I'm talking about. Like, some of these locks have been very thin from the beginning because my hair is very thin. Like, let me try to find a good one. Okay, maybe something like this one. Or, I have even one better. Where is it at? Somewhere in here. Where is that lock? Is it this one? Or like this one. You guys can see. Now, as opposed to this, and then look at, like, let me pull something from like up here. You guys can see a difference. One's a little thicker, right? Because my hair starts to get thicker as I go back there. So where I messed up with that is that I didn't consider to maybe my part to hair ratio and all of that stuff when it came to the thinner areas. But they're good. Besides that, though, they're good. So I don't have too many thin ones in there like that. But I got a couple, but that's just how my hair has always been, even when I was a loose natural. So you see that. So it's okay. But I would have preferred them. Probably I could have had them a little bit thicker. And I know they're still going through their stages of getting, of contracting and all that. But yeah. So that was number one. Decide which method will work best for you in terms of your hair type, the texture, and the density. What size locks you want for future. Think about future styling. Now, me, sometimes I don't want the big, thick locks because I want to be able to maintain them a little bit. So, I'm not saying that you can't, but for me, that type of maintenance is not what I wanted. I wanted to be able to just be able to move around easily with styles if I wanted to. Sometimes I give myself some ponytails or something, but I don't like putting too much tension. So I use like a thick scrunchie or something that's not constricting and pulling on my scalp and on my hair and stuff like that. So sometimes I'll do something like that and they're loose. Or what I have been doing lately is just getting like a big like cotton, what am I talking about? Not cotton. A big like a satin, like elastic almost, and I just pull all my hair up and just let my hair sit in it. Like, I don't wrap it multiple times. I just like kind of like just sit my locks in it and they'll just like loosely fall. See if I can demonstrate it. They'll just like loosely fall and they'll be like up and everything like that. But anyways, decide what size locks you want and think about as they're growing how they might potentially look in terms of size and when they get longer and stuff, how you want to be able to style them in different ways. That's number 2. Number 3 is going to be decide what products work best for you and your hair. Now, there's tons of lock videos, tons of hair videos in general, not just lock videos, that talk about what different products and what they do to your hair. Some products work for some people, they don't work for others. So just play with different products that you feel work best for your hair in terms of cleansing, moisturizing, and conditioning. Now, leave-in conditioners, things like rose water and aloe, moisturizing your hair in terms of oils or whatever type of things you want to put on your hair that you feel that are light, that don't leave residues. And that goes in terms of clarifying shampoos. Well, they're clarifying, so they should be pretty safe without leaving a residue. Clarifying shampoos, moisturizing shampoos, conditioners. I don't condition my locks very often, and I'm just getting into conditioning them because I feel like they're good now. Like my locks is good, but I feel like they would be even healthier had I found a conditioner that I can use after I shampoo. Not a leave-in conditioner, but one that I feel isn't too heavy so that I have to do so much work just to make sure I'm getting it all out of my hair. For some reason, when I use conditioners, I feel like once I'm done washing, I see residue. So I end up having to wash my hair like 2-3 times just to make sure it's no residue in it. So I'm a little uncomfortable still with using conditioners. I do use Design Essentials. I have used that 3-4 times since I've had these locks. The 6-in-1 conditioner. You guys can check out my other videos on my hair page at Defined by DG Beauty LLC. I'll leave the link below. I forgot to shout that out. I have 2 other YouTube pages, and I talk about different things. One's just like for beauty and things like that. Another one is like a food page where I talk about stuff like that. But I'll leave the links from my other YouTube channels, and you guys can go check them out. But yeah, I am going to come back because I don't like that. So let me cut this and I'm going to start all over.